So I get out of my bed, and that's when I saw not a little person, but a big person. When he saw me, he panicked, and he charged at me, grabbed me, put me down. Get down to the ground. I'm gonna kill you.
Please don't raise your voice, Sutton. I'm not in a place where I appreciate that. I had a strong reaction when you did it last time.
From Beverly Hills sparkle to money problems and marriage trouble, Dorit Kemsley's story is one that Housewives fans can't stop watching. She showed off her fancy designer life, but behind all the luxury came court cases, talk of cheating in business, and a marriage falling apart.
She filed for divorce one day after he was snapped making out with former Amazing Race contestant Shanna Wall. Many online have pointed out Shanna, who once dated Ryan Seacrest.
This is the full timeline of Dorit Kemsley's fall, and the reason fans say watching it all happen was so satisfying.
It was a text from Dorit saying that her credit card was indeed charged for my room charges, and she sent me the bank statements of them being processed on December 9th. I then immediately went to my Amex account and I saw that the room charge that I had been charged was deleted and removed from my statement. So I immediately sent a sincere apology, you guys could read it right here, and sent her an updated invoice removing the room charge immediately. This is when Dorit keeps going on saying that I used her card without her permission and that I called the hotel myself and I demanded that they remove the charge from my card and charge her card without her permission.
When Dorit Kemsley first arrived in Beverly Hills in season 7 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she came ready to make an impression. Married to PK Kemsley, a flashy British businessman with many showbiz connections, Dorit seemed like the perfect fit for Bravo's diamond-filled cast. She didn't hold back either. From her first episode, Dorit went all in on glamour. Every scene showed a new designer outfit. Every party felt like a runway. She spoke in a strange accent that confused everyone. Sometimes American, sometimes British, sometimes European. Dorit said that's just how she talked, but fans found it weird and instantly turned it into memes. Love her or hate her, Dorit got people talking. And in the Housewives world, that's the first step to lasting fame. Some fans loved her fashion, her bold attitude, and her confidence. Others thought she was fake, annoying, and trying too hard. It didn't take long for drama to start. Dorit quickly clashed with Erika Jayne in what became one of the show's most iconic fights, Pantygate. At a dinner, Dorit pointed out that Erika wasn't wearing underwear under her dress. What could have been brushed off as awkward became a huge feud. Erika was furious. Lisa Rinna got dragged into the gossip, and Dorit became known as the group's new troublemaker. Behind the glitz and shade, there was already strange energy around Dorit and PK. While she flaunted their luxury life, rumors started spreading about PK's money and how he really made it. But in season 7, that didn't matter yet. On the surface, Dorit was living the dream. The house, the clothes, the fame, the Bravo spotlight. For viewers, she was either the one they loved to hate or couldn't stop watching. And that's exactly how Dorit wanted it. But in Beverly Hills, showing off perfection never lasts. The glamour was real, but the cracks were starting to show. By her second season, Dorit had learned the Housewives playbook. Start drama, play the victim, repeat. Her feud with Erika Jayne only got worse after Pantygate. Erika never forgave her for turning a private moment into gossip, and the tension boiled over at every dinner. Dorit would throw shade, Erika would snap back, and everyone else just waited for the explosion. Fans thought it was messy, but Bravo thought it was perfect TV. Erika wasn't her only target, though. Dorit started fighting with Lisa Rinna, calling her unstable. Rinna fired back, calling Dorit fake and attention-hungry. Soon, Kyle Richards, who once tried to play peacekeeper, got pulled into the drama too. Dorit's alliances changed as often as her hairstyles. One week she was friendly, the next she claimed everyone was against her. Her dramatic personality became both her greatest strength and biggest weakness. Dorit loved the spotlight, the outfits, the entrances, the one-liners. But the more she performed, the less real she seemed. People started asking, was she genuine or just acting for the cameras? PK didn't help either. He often jumped into her arguments, making sarcastic remarks that made things worse. Fans noticed the pattern. Every time Dorit was in trouble, PK would speak up and it would backfire. Instead of defending her, he made them look like a couple who lived for chaos. By the end of season 8, Dorit had earned her label, Beverly Hills Drama Queen. Her expensive lifestyle was still on display, but now the talk wasn't just about her fashion. It was about how she kept inserting herself into fights and then acting shocked. Dorit came into the show wanting to be the stylish it girl, but by 2018, she had become the lightning rod for drama. What no one realized yet was that the real trouble, the lawsuits, debts, and scandals, was still to come. By 2018, Dorit's on-screen drama was nothing compared to what was happening off-camera. While she showed off Coocher on TV, her real life was starting to crack. It began with whispers about PK. Before Beverly Hills, PK had a reputation in London as a big spender and gambler who often left money problems behind. Reports of gambling debts followed him to California, and soon the lawsuits did too. Creditors accused him of owing millions. Business partners claimed unpaid loans. Headlines suggested the Kemsleys' glamorous life wasn't built on wealth, but on borrowed money. Fans who saw Dorit flaunting designer clothes and luxury vacations started to wonder, how was she affording it all? Then came her swimsuit line scandal. Beverly Beach by Dorit, meant to be her big business venture, became a nightmare when a former partner accused her of not paying what she owed. Suddenly, the glamorous fashionista was being accused of shady business moves. On the show, she played the victim of drama. Off the show, she was facing real court cases. The gap between her TV life and real life was closing fast. Her castmates started to notice too. Little digs about money and lawsuits started popping up in conversations. Fans began comparing her to Erika Jayne, another housewife who flaunted luxury while legal problems swirled. It wasn't just about Dorit's arguments anymore, it was about whether her entire image was fake. By the end of 2019, one thing was clear. The lawsuits were real, the debts were public, and the illusion of endless money was fading. Dorit had joined Housewives for fame, but now that fame was exposing everything she wanted to hide. By 2020, most headlines about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills focused on Erika Jayne and her husband Tom Girardi's massive fraud scandal. But behind that, Dorit and PK were quietly dealing with their own issues. Fans noticed how similar the two women were, both living in huge homes, wearing designer labels, and both accused of funding their lifestyles with questionable money. As Erika's story exploded, Dorit's lawsuits started resurfacing too. Creditors said PK still owed millions, and more bankruptcy rumors appeared. Paparazzi caught the couple leaving court looking exhausted. On the show, Dorit acted like nothing was wrong, throwing parties, talking about fashion, and pretending everything was perfect. But fans weren't convinced. Every time she posted a fancy outfit, people commented, "Who's paying for it?" The comparisons to Erika Jayne became unavoidable. Erika was accused of living off stolen money, and Dorit's brand Beverly Beach was also facing legal trouble. Even though Erika took most of the backlash, Dorit's reputation got worse too. Viewers started grouping them together. Both Beverly Hills divas pretending to be rich while drowning in problems. Other cast members started hinting that Dorit might be hiding things too. By 2021, even though Erika's story dominated headlines, Dorit's name kept popping up in connection to money issues and lawsuits. Then, just when Dorit thought things couldn't get worse, her life took a shocking turn. In October 2021, days after filming ended, Dorit's home was robbed by armed men while she and her 2 children were inside. She said she woke up to masked men pointing guns and demanding cash and jewelry. She begged them not to hurt her kids. The robbers left with handbags, watches, and clothes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The story stunned fans. It was every housewife's worst nightmare. Bravo even showed Dorit tearfully describing the ordeal on camera. But soon, sympathy turned into suspicion. Some fans started questioning her story. Why wasn't PK home? How did the burglars know where to go? The timing seemed too convenient, right when their money issues were back in the news. Online forums filled with theories that the robbery was exaggerated or even staged. Dorit denied everything and said the trauma was real. But the doubt didn't go away. For every fan who believed her, another thought it was fake. On the show, the robbery became her main storyline. But instead of rebuilding her image, it made people question her even more. Was she really the victim, or was she using tragedy to stay relevant? That became her new challenge. No one knew what to believe anymore. By 2022, sympathy for Dorit had faded. A new storm was brewing, this time about her marriage. For years, Dorit and PK seemed like a fun, glamorous couple. But now, rumors said they were fighting constantly and even living apart. Paparazzi spotted PK traveling without her, and Dorit started appearing alone at events. On camera, she denied everything, insisting her marriage was strong. But fans didn't buy it. The awkward moments between them, PK's shady business history, and his frequent absences all told a different story. By late 2023, it was clear their perfect marriage was falling apart. Reports said they had separated after explosive arguments and money troubles. Fans weren't shocked. They'd seen it coming. Instead of sympathy, many said it was karma. Dorit had spent years stirring drama, flaunting fake wealth, and denying the truth. Now everything she'd built was crumbling. By 2024, Dorit's diamond had lost its shine. What started as a glamorous debut had turned into lawsuits, robberies, business failures, and a broken marriage. Her scenes on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills felt repetitive and dull. Fans were over her, calling her fake, boring, and irrelevant. Even Bravo producers were rumored to be questioning why she was still on the show. Newer cast members like Sutton and Garcelle were more popular, and Dorit's once glamorous storylines felt empty. Her fashion line was forgotten. Her marriage was over. Her money problems were still public. And the audience that once couldn't stop talking about her had moved on. The biggest blow? People stopped caring altogether. In Beverly Hills, being ignored is worse than being hated. And for Dorit Kemsley, that's how her glittering rise ended. Not with a bang, but with silence. The glam queen had finally fallen,